get out of Lagos. Lagos has got over 30 million people. They are connected to the east, to the north. Lagos is the watershed for Nigeria. So getting out of Lagos should not be a problem at all. There should be a way to get out of Lagos by train, fast train. That is to say, you must be or should be able to get to Port Harcourt, for example, in 3 hours by train. That would relieve this highway immensely. Second, you should be able to fly out of Lagos without paying through your nose. Third, there should be at least 5 different highways that is dual carriageway leaving Lagos. If we turn around now to go through Ikorodu, you will spend more time trying to get out of here to Ikorodu than it will take you to get to Port Harcourt. Because this is, you create a country where leaders are so wicked. They are not thinking about you. This road, like somebody said, this road is almost 40 years old. I met this road when I first came to Lagos in 1986. To think that after selling $500 billion of oil, we cannot have the 5 different roads like left, there's no will to do good.
Wow.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
Yes.
Okay, what makes Sowore different from every other presidential aspirant? What makes you different?
I'll go back to the issue of will.
Okay.
That of all the presidential aspirants over the years, 30 years in my own is the case, I've demonstrated strong will to do what is right. Starting from the University of Lagos when I was a student union activist. After I left there, I went and became a journalist. After, with journalism, I was also a university lecturer, part-time lecturer in the US for 8 years. And I have been in front of every demonstration that has forced anybody to do good in this country, starting from driving the military out of office. When they brought Totan, we demonstrated against them. When the Yaradua Kabah started, we were the ones who demonstrated against it. 2012, we did demonstration against the subsidy scams that was going on in the country. Demonstration in support of free and fair election. It has always been like that. That's why I say, we need somebody that has verifiable records, history, integrity, character.
So track record of activism.
Yes.
Should it be a criteria?
No, it's not an activism, but there's also a track record of being a teacher.
Okay.
There's also a track record of being a journalist, even though I wasn't trained as a journalist. There's a track record of being an entrepreneur. I started a media company from nothing, and it became a global media platform with Sahara reporters. I don't want to make that one begin fair.
All right, people, please don't go anywhere because we are just starting this interview. And somewhere in the corner, Binta Badmos is planning something.
I graduated from the university, they struck in the military and all the June 12 election. So I graduated into a fighter when I had not graduated as a student. And that was how my life changed in a kind of way. But before then, I had been settled into the university system at the period of crisis in Nigeria. What was our biggest problem at that time? Military rule. We have military buzzards all over the place, locking people up, stealing whatever they could steal, and then at the end of it, they didn't care about us. We had an economic policy issue called the Structural Adjustment Program at that time, and we're fighting against it. Let me tell you, the reason why you guys are probably the greatest, as President has said, is that you can think even faster than Americans. Do you know why I said this? In the 90s, when we knew that the Structural Adjustment Program was bad for us, even Americans thought it was good for Africa. It wasn't until a few years ago that they came out, the World Bank said the Structural Adjustment Program did not work for Africa. But we knew that as of 1990. In fact, there are some professors in Benin, at the University of Benin, who were saying that the Structural Adjustment Program would not work. What did the military do? They arrested them and locked them up for speaking out against an economic policy that eventually has been accepted as the truth. But the question to me is, why do I want to be president? The same reason why we are sitting here thinking about the future is that I have been through 7 presidents in my lifetime, starting from Babangida, followed by children briefly, then Abacha. After Abacha was Abdul Salam. After Abdul Salam, it was Olusegun Obasanjo. After Olusegun Obasanjo, it was Umar Yar'Adua. After Umar Yar'Adua, it was Goodluck Jonathan. After Goodluck Jonathan, we are settled with, this extra. But the truth is that I look at myself and I am a better person. I have better capacity. I'm more intelligent. I'm more exposed than it's great. And you guys are probably more better than them.
Yes.
So many of you, as undergraduates, you can think better, faster than these analog brain leaders that are coming out. That's true. And what I have to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is the best time to be alive in Nigeria. Because this is one time that you have a chance to change the objective conditions of your country. If you are 18 and you can vote, go out and vote against the people who are working against your future. They are lucky, and I'm serious. They are lucky that we are nice. Other young people of our age, other young people of our pedigree would not even be waiting for election before we fight these guys to a standstill. But in Nigeria, our dignity has been stripped of us. We have been battered, we are fought and disgraced. And we're just struggling, to make ends meet. That's why they keep telling you all these stupid aphorisms about you are the leader of tomorrow. When they know that tomorrow will never come, they are already thinking tomorrow from you, and then they give you the leadership of a time they know never exists. And I must say to you that when you look at your parents today, you probably feel disappointed in them, right? But not let your children be even more disappointed in you if you don't do what is right now. Nigeria, and I've tried it before and it works. When I was a student union activist at the University of Lagos, there were student union activists at the University of Benin and all over the country, and we fought together for 10 years and drove the military out of power. But the problem was that we forgot that after the military left power, we needed to take over power. We left it for morons. And the morons took over Nigeria's democracy and they turned into a moronocracy. We don't need politicians of goodwill, because what we have been told over this is that it will take the good in there without will. We need people with strong will to implement ideas that can work for Nigeria. We need the currency of politics to change from money to ideas.
The students ask some questions tonight. So, yes, please tell us your name and your question.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My name is Bright Yvonne, a student of Western University. I want to ask, because in Nigeria, we notice that only professional courses thrive here, like being a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, maybe a pharmacist or a nurse. So what about courses like English education, library and information science, geography, and all of that? Do we have a future here in Nigeria? Because I'm actually wondering, my dad has asked me so many times, when you graduate, what do you want to do with your certificate? So I want to ask you personally, courses that are not professional in quote, do they have a future here in Nigeria?
Thank you. I will answer by telling you my experience when I studied geography, and I went to one of my uncles. My father wrote to him to give me money, and he said, give me the admission letter. I showed it to him. He said, geography. I said, yes. He said, geography, second time. I said, yes. He said, we're going to buy maps from you. But the truth is that what you must understand about it, you should look at the definition of the word university. In fact, in the US, they don't usually professionalize a lot. They will ask you to join economics with another course so that you can have broad knowledge of how society is working. I studied geography. I was prepared at the University of Lagos for geography, but when I got into the world, I got into the US, I became a journalist. I've never practiced geography before. But the joke around Nigerian tables lawyer or you're an accountant or you're a disgrace to the family. You know, that's the only other course. That's one joke that one lady told the UK. But the thing is, the moment you have education from a university, you are capable of doing anything. That's right. And that is what you are prepared for. But our society is not prepared for you. That's the problem. And I am saying, give me your vote. I shall prepare a place for you in our society. Is that, you know, security is a major issue in the country. But it's not only physical security. We need food security in Nigeria. We need social security in Nigeria. We need cyber security in Nigeria. But our, you know, the analog brain leaders, they don't understand these things. So what you are telling them is as if we are talking about the space. Second thing is we need power. Without electricity, you and I are wasting our time about talking about an economy. And the electricity in Nigeria that is there today is not enough to run the London underground. Talkless of running a country of 200 million people. So rapidly, we want to grow our electricity with a mix of electrical sources. You know, solar, renewable, biogas, gas, hydro, even coal. Where necessary, we can find clean coal because America is still using, you know, 10% of America's electricity come from coal. And several other sources that we can immediately put together. And I'm not saying it because it's impossible. It is possible. What has happened in Nigeria is that when you have wicked leaders, corrupt leaders, incompetent leaders, they can't get jack done for you. Go and ask about Egypt. Google will be your help. They, in the last 1.5 years, increased the electrical grid, pumped in 14,000 megawatts for $7.2 billion. And that's from generation to transmission and distribution, hooks them up to 40 million homes in Egypt. This was just completed by Siemens. When Siemens came to Nigeria for the same project, they were asking for bribe. This is true life story. And the moment you get right with electricity, small and medium enterprises will rise. The more you get with electricity, all the companies that are now in Ghana from here will come back. And you will have an economy that will have a GDP that's sizable, right? To employ enough hands. But where the employment comes first is young people who will build the electrical grids and solutions that we are talking about. That will provide nothing less than 2 million jobs. Just to increase our electrical supply from 3,000 megawatts to 24,000 megawatts. That is our plan. And we know this is possible because in this same country, the People's Democratic Party generated darkness with $16 billion. I'm not making it up. Yes. So quickly, the rest is fighting corruption, infrastructure, of course, creating an economy that is not, you know, the Nigerian economy is a PowerPoint economy. And every time they say, where's the economy? They want to show you PowerPoints. And Nigeria is the only country that tells you that the economy is good because they have foreign reserve. What's the meaning of foreign reserves? It's the credit card for the rich. If you have money, spend it at home. Use it to develop your country. The foreign reserve you have is in the Bank of England. If foreign reserve were to be great, America will have a foreign reserve too. America is the biggest debtor in the world. They don't have their money outside the country. You cannot find the UK tell you that their foreign reserve is in Nigeria. Even though Nigeria has the highest interest rates on, you know, deposits. So if the foreign reserve was a big deal, every country will bring their money to Nigeria because we have really serious interest rates. But that's PowerPoint economics. And we want to restructure the country. But with due respect, ladies and gentlemen, our restructuring is not the articulated restructuring. That is restructuring for people who want power. Light people are claiming that they're doing it. Have you heard about restructuring since Atiku became a candidate of restructuring people? No, because they are not interested in restructuring. We go to the north. Atiku doesn't talk about restructuring because they don't want to hear about restructuring. But when it comes to the south, they are talking about restructuring because they know that probably we are stupid or foolish to believe that someone who was in power for 8 years, who opposed any form of restructuring, will now restructure Nigeria after he comes to power. If you want to Intel that is running all of our operations in the southern part of the country. That's the best way to start restructuring. Let the people who own the work own Intels.
I'm a staff of University. You've talked about a living wage or a minimum wage of 100,000. And from what I understand, for instance, a cleaner in this institution, if you want to pay the person, you have to pay the person minimum wage.
Yes.
So it means that's not the entry level for normal graduates. If I'm paying a cleaner 100,000, how much am I going to pay a professor? Maybe I'll end up paying a professor 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Comparing minimum wage to the level of that qualification.
Yes.
And I'm beginning to think, is the problem a minimum wage problem or an economic problem? Why don't we focus on issues of giving the 1 naira in my hand more value than trying to increase the more money in my hand? Also, you talked about restructuring. I would like you to tell us what kind of restructuring do you intend to put in place?
Thank you. For your question, about wage and money, I want to let you know that there's a difference between the value of money and purchasing power. What we're doing is to give workers the ability to purchase what they need. And the current wage is a slave wage. And I'll break it down to you like this. There is nobody who can live on 18,000 naira per month. It's not about the value of the money. It's that they don't have the ability to purchase what they need. Let me break it down to you what an average worker needs a month. To eat alone, even as students, you have to spend at least 1,000 naira per day. That has already taken 30,000 naira in a month. Because food doesn't know weekends or Sunday. Whether you are working, you have to eat. So 30,000 naira is already gone. And that is how much the federal government is paying you as minimum wage. So how are you going to get to work? Because the Okada person or the taxi is not going to ask for the daily value of the money we improve before they charge you. So I'm talking realistically about how you survive as a human being on your monthly wage. So let's assume that you are spending 500 naira to get to work. How much do you pay per month? 15,000 naira. You have already spent 45,000 naira and your minimum wage is 30,000 naira. So let's assume that you fall sick and you need money to buy medicine. And all it costs you is just 30,000 naira to take care of yourself, malaria. Do you have the money if you are being paid minimum wage? No. That means you are consigned to die because you cannot afford medicine. So let's assume, that you now have to send your children to school and you have to buy uniform and shoes. Right? Your minimum wage that was paid to you in a month. Right? Why? How's it going to help you? That means you can't send your children to school. But the other side of it, sir, is that the senator is not waiting for the value of the naira to increase. That's right. He has already paid himself maximum wage of 14 million naira because that's what he needs because of the status in society. I am just saying that you, as a worker who goes to work every day, 8 to 4 p.m., you deserve your own wage too, the same way the senator deserves. In fact, if there's anybody who can legislate the value of the naira to become strong, it will be the senator. So why didn't the senator just go and make a law and say, well, let the value of the naira increase first so that I can be paying myself 18,000 naira? Because, of course, if the value of the naira is up to that of the naira, you don't need to pay anybody that much money. But the value of the naira now, because so I just want you to understand that there's a separation between the value of the naira and the right of a worker to survive on his wage. That is what I'm teaching you here, because just so that you know, I'm also a professor, not the big ones. In the US, they call us professors if you teach part-time. They call us adjunct professors. professors. So I've been teaching for 8 years. And we have to teach the difference between macro and microeconomics to people. That the value of a currency is not the same as the purchasing power of a currency. The value of the currency drives the purchasing power. But when the value doesn't have that ability, the reality is that you must put in the hand of an average worker what is enough to help the worker survive through the month. That's where minimum wage comes. That's the definition of living wage. Regarding restructuring, our position in restructuring is that first and foremost, the Nigerian Constitution is a fraudulent document created by the military. And without going after that document and fixing it, you can't even talk about restructuring at all. The military set up the Constitution. They inserted a book inside the Constitution that they called We the People of Nigeria. No Nigeria was there when they created the Constitution. So whatever you see in the Constitution was not our idea, it was the idea of some people. And for you to start restructuring Nigeria, you must give the Nigerian people the power to create a constitution that discusses how they want to exist in this geopolitical environment known as Nigeria. A lot of people have asked, if restructuring is just state police. I'm in support of state police. I'm in support. In fact, your university should have its own police if you were to be in the US. Every university has its own police department. It's not a big deal. It's the easiest part of it. But the question is of the control of resources within a geopolitical environment known as Nigeria. And when people are talking about, restructuring, they talk about control of resources in absolute terms, forgetting that if the Niger Delta region, as it is today, becomes a country, and you don't restructure the character of the managers of the country, it will still be a poor country. Because Nigeria has already trained enough thieves centrally. If we break up, every thief will just go to their own part of town, and they will be stealing the same way they are stealing. That's the reality. So without dealing with the character without respecting the character of our leaders, you are wasting your time. You can have an Eldorado if you take Nigerian leaders to go to America. In 6 months, America will not have electricity. I can tell you that.
The National Assembly, a senator in Nigeria is earning 14 million naira. This is not, I didn't make it up. Mm-hmm. If you are earning 30,000 naira, their own minimum wage, or the 28,000 naira, 27,000 naira they approved at the Council of State yesterday, it will take you 38 years to make the salary of a senator in Nigeria in a month. A monthly salary, it takes a Nigerian worker earning 30,000, 38 years to make it. It takes a professor who is earning 450,000 naira per month, almost 10 years to make the monthly salary of a senator. But here, you don't like it when I say that there's money for the poor.
No, I want to know what you intend
you want
to do
me to
about
explain.
it.
We're saying our problem is not wealth generation in Nigeria, it's wealth distribution. That's our problem. So we are circulating our wealth in the hands of just a minority.
Okay, so there are two issues you've
Yes.
raised here, and
Yes.
I'd like you to quickly deal with them again.
For example, I've been eating for 3 days now.
You haven't?
No, for example, an example, yeah. So I haven't eaten for 3 days now. And somebody came, he's a politician, and he said, okay, this guy, can you vote for me? Take 1,000 naira. I would like, he gave me 1,000 naira to eat. He fed me. So I rushed to eat, you understand? So I would definitely want to vote for him because of what he has just done. Meanwhile, I don't have the education to know that he was the one behind my son.
Let me come to this. Let me ask you this, sir. What is that in this country, sincerely speaking, okay, sorry.
So you understand what I'm trying to say? So in your own way, now you are not yet president or how do you intend to tackle that hunger? If someone that is hungry cannot hear you campaigning. You understand? If I'm hungry, I'm not eating for 3 days. I can't come here. It's because I'm okay. That's why I came here to ask you a question.
Before you answer that, let me ask you. What is saying is that in this country, poverty has been promoted. Sorry. That among us, we need to do away with poverty before we can. We need to be liberated from poverty.
That's why
because there's no way you can do that.
I'm listening to you, and it's very interesting what you are saying.
Yeah.
But the question we should ask ourselves, they said the greatest form of madness is doing the same thing all over again and hoping to achieve a different result. If they fed you in 1999, And after they fed you, they ran away, and your hunger got worse. They came back in 2003 and fed you with five naira. Your hunger got worse. And you keep going back to the person who is abusing you. There must be something wrong with the populace. The only way to get over the hunger is to get away with the people who you rightly identified as promoters of hunger. The hunger project in Nigeria is a project meant to keep you down so that you will not get the liberation you deserve. It's a project. And if you keep going back to the guy who's giving you 5,000, the people of Ekiti have spent the 5,000 they got, I'm sure. There's nobody left with that 5,000 in Ekiti. And they haven't even sworn in the governor that gave them the money yet. And you know that the governor who gave you 5,000, you will not hear from him again until he needs your election again. So why would you keep doing that stupid thing when you have alternatives? The reason why people like us came out is to provide the public with alternative, and we have been articulating it to the extent that some of our articulated positions and projects have even been stolen by the government, our ideas.
Especially those in the opposition, the main opposition party now.
Yes, opposition is entitled to say whatever they want. You know, if PDP actually believed that I am representing APC, don't you think they would have brought out the evidence by now? They have good enough people all over the world, in country, outside the country, to dig into the background of anybody. They know that it's not true. You know, they started by saying that, I was working for Tinubu. When I took Tinubu to the clearance, they ran away from that. So PDP is not sure of itself because PDP doesn't have a pedigree that can win election. They don't have credibility, right? So they are looking for people that can go down with them so that when they lose the election, they are preparing your mind for a loss of election. Say, if Sowore hadn't run, maybe we would have cut, the people that are going to vote for us will never vote for PDP. But it is likely that a lot of people who are with
All right, Mr. Sowore, I want to ask this question now. There's a saying that the way to the top is usually from the bottom. You are jumping into politics and you are starting from the top.
Who told you I'm starting from the top?
As for holding political positions, because there are lots of students.
So the other candidates that you have out there, tell me the one that started as a student union leader before.
So do you think
the one that ever done is local government?
I want to ask you, do you think you can Ghana enough vote to become the president of Nigeria?
If anybody thought he has enough votes, they won't be campaigning at this time. They would have gone home to rest.
Okay.
So you cannot come to that conclusion until the election is over. Where we need to they need to send a reporter to the number of people following us in the rally.
Okay.
And that's
the way it is with every other political party.
It's not. The other political parties are paying people to go to.
So how we sure AAC is not paying people to go?
But that's why we are
because we've asked the PDP, we've asked the APC. They keep telling you that they can have because
it's not enough to ask. Okay, you're a journalist. Okay. Do your research. Okay. You find out that they pay people, except you want to cover them up. But we don't face people because you see all these young people that are following, they are doing so out of passion. Most of the people you saw today are people who were probably, supported by people in the diaspora. We don't pay people. We don't even have the money to. The amount of money we have raised since we started running, right, is not up to what PDP will spend at the rally or APC will spend at the rally.
And that brings me to my next question. There are a lot of people are saying that, come on, what is continuing with this, especially before the primaries? A lot of young guys in the hiding under not young to rule, they come up with, I want to contest for this position, they raise money, GoFundMe, online fundraising, at the end of the day, they just pull out of the race. Like you've seen a lot of cases like that.
I can't speak for them. You're asking
that's why I want to ask you the question now. You see, a lot of persons are raising funds for you.
You keep referring to a lot of persons.
Yeah, because I watch your fundraising. I see you as the
transparently every day. Yes, almost regularly.
Transparently.
Yes.
Okay. Because you let them know the amounts that you raise. Now, are you raising funds as in Sowore raising funds, or is the party that is raising funds?
Look, I have a presidential candidate account.
Okay.
Which is what is done every day. There's a party account.
Okay.
The party is supposed to support me, but even at this level, I'm not taking any money from the party. I'm taking money. I started my campaign for presidency before the party was formed.
Wow.
Actually, yes. We started 9 months ago as a movement. In fact, we're looking for a party to join before the opportunity opened up to create our own party. So the party is younger than my own presidential ambition.
So what happened to the coalition?
Which coalition?
That you wanted to form with Istimbogalo.
I never wanted to form a coalition. We already have a coalition of the oppressed. Why would the coalition not join another coalition?
So don't you think, because they're saying that we are stronger together? Because for you to be able to push out this whole brigade, there needs to be some form of coalition.
Let me ask you, when people want to run for what they do the campaign,
yes.
Have you seen any of those young people in this village campaigning?
No. Maybe I'll see other states.
So why don't they come to villages? No people here.
And they have their timetable.
Okay, so when is the timetable coming here?
Soon before the election. I'm not speaking, I'm not holding it.
Exactly. So what I'm telling you is that we are doing what we need to do, to reach out. We've reached 34 states, including federal capital territory. There are 3 more states to go that we haven't reached. We have not reached Ebonyi, Borno, and Yobe.
We'll be letting you off the hook now. But I want to ask
you. I'm not. Look, I'm enjoying it. If I had time, I'll take over this work for me. But we don't have time. What I'm telling you is that there is no point dragging people around attending meetings when you don't leave your house of that campaign. When you want to become the president of Nigeria, you go out to Nigerians. You don't.
They cost my papa, say my mama, my papa, Jaga, that was 16 years ago. 16 years later, make a party arrange and talk to the Oracle. Oracle used the media, introduced Boo. After contesting in the game for 3 good years, Boo became the president of change in Nigeria. All the campaign promises, no one is talking. 1 naira to 1 naira. Any responsible government will fix electricity in 6 months. Them say Oshomole collect $50 million. If I saw Shobaba, I swear I go ask her. $1 pocket our $5 million. Fight against corruption is so artificial. Now you make it Igbo, the architect of Biafra. Nigeria, shine your eyes. Everything's scatter. Woman, they suffer. Biafra, say they won't know. Politician, yama. Everything's scatter. Woman, they suffer. We need them say President Bubu gets to detention, but the cabal around him is destroying Nigeria. Show me your friend, I will tell you who you are. Who be the cabal who I try to talk about? Nigerians are dying, people are suffering, but the cabal is pleasing, splitting our money. Families sell their children for cup of garden, kidnapping school girls and prison in Nigeria. Meanwhile, their children they enjoy for America. If Biafra is tag as terrorists in Nigeria, tell me what you will call the killer S-men. Some musicians they tag themselves as fella. Meanwhile, they don't see the truth like Baba Fela. I'm tired of these few individuals with the bubbles. Fight against corruption is so artificial. Now you make Igbo the architect of politics. Jaga. Everything's scatter. Mama, they suffer. Biafra say they won't know. Politician, yama. Everything's scatter. Mama, they suffer. We need to
My name is General and I'm a teacher here in the Department of Sociology and Anthropology. Well, I have just 2 questions. I want to emphasize or put stress on the question my president actually asked on education as it concerns me. You didn't actually specify. Education is already existing. What exactly are you going to bring into the education sector? That is 1. 2, are you saying that if Nigerian youths give you the opportunity for 4 years and 8 years, all this magic will happen in the twinkle of an eye? What process do you have in place?
Possible in our lifetime. That's what these bad leaders have done to us. Let's start from the things that we need. I talked about electricity before, and I mentioned to you, which you can help yourself by just checking online, what happened in Egypt. Did we not budget for in this country $16 billion. What happened to it? Darkness. Assuming we did what Egypt did, we would have performed a miracle in Nigeria. What $16 billion would have done to our electricity is give us 14,000 megawatts in two places. That would be 28 to 29,000 megawatts of electricity. Because we invested in it. But what was different between Egypt and Nigeria? The thieves here stole $16 billion, disappeared with it, left us with darkness. And the same thieves are the same people telling you that you are asking for magic when you ask for electricity. But what was the magic that made it possible for them to disappear with 16 billion naira? That's the question you asked me, and I'm answering by saying, yes, if I have $16 billion, I will perform magic. Fake magic. Don't clap yet. Don't clap yet. How much do we need to pay workers 100,000 naira per month? We did the calculation. It was about 1.3 trillion naira. Do you know how much that 350 Nigerians are owing banks? 5.4 trillion naira. 350 Nigerians. All these businessmen that claim that they are successful, they went and took loans from banks. And Nigeria had to create a bogus company known as AMCOM to absorb the debts. We are still starting with 5.4 trillion naira owned by 350 Nigerians. Do you know what 5.4 trillion naira is? You would have taken out 30 million kids from the streets who are not in the streets today. And that will only cost 1.3 trillion. So we will still have how much left? And if we can take out 13 million kids off the streets to go to school, that would be very good. Yes. If we invest 1.3 trillion naira in our universities, do you know what will happen? ASU will not go on strike. If we can get ASU to be striking less than thunder, that would be very good. Again, if we invest the rest in just agriculture, we will be supplying the entire West African region with food. And if we can do that, it will be miracle. If we spend 5.4 trillion naira just making roads, it will create roads around the entire country of Nigeria, dual carriageway. If that happens, that you can travel from here to Maiduguri with your eyes closed at night, that would be miracle. Assuming we invest them in our military, we will have enough tanks, aircraft to quash Boko Haram in a month. If we did it, it will be more a miracle. So you can see the number of miracles that we would have engaged in if we didn't have thieves managing our country. And you will not be feeling that it's impossible to even achieve all of this. Let me say one last thing. Do you know how much the guys who were doing fuel subsidy scams stole? They stole $6.2 billion from this country. One of them bought a yacht for $100 million. Right? I don't even want to go to Madam Desiani. Yes, not even go there yet. If you look at the number of people that engage in that fraud, if we had $6.2 billion to invest in education in 4 years, that would be miracle. What was your first question again? Education. What are the specific things we need to do in education? We have at least 3 tiers of educational levels. We have primary, secondary, and tertiary education. What we need to do for primary is to provide them teachers. I'm a product of public school, by the way. I never went to a private. If my life depended on going to private school, I would never have graduated in a university. Because when I was going to the University of Lagos, my father could not afford 40 naira, which was the school fees in 1989. No way my father would have afforded it. He gave me letter. I was was a letter he gave me that I took to my uncle who asked me, he would never give me money to go and study geography. He said, go and write jam. Maybe you can manage business at me, you can work in a bank. But look at where we are today. It is that same public education I took to where I am. So we invest in teachers for secondary education, catch them young. Invest in infrastructure. For secondary, do the same thing. For tertiary, invest in technology so that even people who don't see classrooms can get education. Let me tell you, in the nearest future, this idea of classroom will also disappear with technology. A lot of people will be studying from home because you get the same quality of education from your device as you get in the classroom. But you need leaders who are forward thinking to understand to how to catch up with the rest of the world. So, please, don't let anybody deceive you that education is complex to, because I hear those two things in Nigeria all the time from all these conventional politicians. One is that Nigeria is complex. Yes, they always tell you Nigeria is complex. And then they claim that Nigeria is big. Nigeria is not even as big as one state in the US, the state of Alaska. And Nigeria is not complex. But our leaders don't understand the simplicity of our complexity. That's the problem. And that is why we must make it compulsory for leaders to go to university. Not leaders who cannot find their YF results. We'll talk about that at another time. But quite honestly, education is something that needs investment. But beyond investment, we must be focusing on how to leverage on technology in servicing our population, because even the number of seats that are available in universities today cannot take care of the number of people who want to obtain university education. And it's becoming harder and harder to get educated in Nigeria, to get literate in Nigeria, because even when there are intervention funds, states would never pay their own counterpart funding because their children don't go to school in their states. So they don't care. We have UBEC, we have TED funds. They are not drawing in on. There is about 600 billion naira sitting at the Central Bank of Nigeria today of TED fund money. But guess what? Go and ask for that money after the election. They would have used it to do CMI. They use our intervention funds as slush funds for political reasons. They put their cousins and their brothers in these places to steal the money. And we know it. In maritime and in terms of education, I will call us. You are the one managing TED fund. Go and nominate the people who want to, manage TED fund, because there is no reason why you have money meant for tertiary institution and you go and look for carpenters to be managing it for professors. The professors are in the best position to manage it because it's not the process of our university. And so many of our professors come from the banking sector. So many of them are lawyers. So many of them are doctors. Why don't you let them manage intervention funds meant for universities? Why do you need a carpenter from somewhere to come and be managing TED fund? Because he's the younger brother of the sister or the wife of the president. And then you then start wondering yourself how the money disappeared. Of course, it has gone to the family of the president. So that's the solution.
Good day, my fellow Nigerians. Please, I beg you, don't sell your vote. Vote for the right candidate. God bless you. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà, ẹ jọ̀wọ́, tí ẹ bá fẹ́ dìbò, ẹ dìbò fún ẹni tí ọkàn yín yàn. Ẹ má ṣe ta ìbò yín. Ẹ ṣàánú orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Olúwa wà pẹ̀lú wa.
Thank you so much for this speech this evening. I really appreciate it. So for the past 30 years or more, Nigeria gets her revenue from oil. And we are one of the member states of OPEC. And sadly, we don't have a refinery in Nigeria. And like you said, in the next few years, oil will become extinct. That's right. So what other source of income are we going to get our revenue from in Nigeria?
Thank you. I'm sure people are expecting me to say cocoa, rubber. No. Our first source of revenue is in technology. And that is why we must prepare you, the universities must start preparing you for the world of tech. And when we say tech, it's not that every technological know-how out there has to be professional. In fact, the people who are ruling the world in the tech world, so many of them dropped out of school. You've heard about Bill Gates. He dropped out of school. The Facebook guy wasn't the brightest guy in school. But what Nigeria must do is open its mind to real education. You see, there's a difference between education, that goes back to the question asked by the young lady. There's a difference between education and literacy. What we are still doing in most of our universities is getting people literate so that they can work for somebody from 9 to 5 p.m. or 8 to work here. But real education opens your minds to all kinds of ideas. And that's why I encourage universities. I know how difficult it is, whether it's private or public, to allow students to have unions. Because the kind of things you learn when you are in leadership position as students, sometimes no university can give you that from a degree course. It is the reason you're having interaction and having engagement with other people. It's not only with your professors, you're also engaging with your students. Some of the brightest students here in this university are not even doing well in class. But they are the ones that will discover some of the greatest products. And when you're talking about that, you can point your hand to me. When I was at the University of Lagos, they used to call me layabouts. You know, I was expelled twice from the university for doing student union activities. But when I got to America and America provided me the appropriate environment, I innovated because the society was supportive of innovation. Greatest Sahara reporters in 12 years, in less than 12 years, Sahara reporters was being quoted by all of the international media outlets, including CNN, BBC. Any report we carry, they know that it's kosher, as they say. But it is because I was not limited to just getting a paper degree. I was allowed to expand my knowledge base and space. When I was at the University of Lagos, which I forced myself to do, but most importantly, when I got to Columbia University, do you know what they do most of the time? They will even bring in people who are radical in nature to come and talk to students. People they don't agree with necessarily. Because it's from there that you can understand how the world is working. If the people you think are crazy are actually people with ideas that is going to save the world in the future. Please, young man, don't worry. Just let's take our country back. And the moment we take our country back, everybody can flourish inside of it. And that's my promise to you. To run this country, you should be with us in this fight. You know, but at that point, they were more worried about the video coming to the public space, and I made it very clear. I said, you can't do anything about the video. You should delete the video. So one of the soldiers had collected the video, the camera of one of our crew persons. So I made it clear to him. I said, you have just committed theft. You know, you're just stealing the phone of a Nigerian. I said, you see, you are the one escalating this problem now. That's what you have done. Go and bring back the phone and give me the access so that this guy can leave, or we'll take them to the police station. So I asked the guys, they said they collected the IDs. I said, go and bring me the ID. They brought me the ID. I gave them one by one, called out their names. They said, Oga, they are in possession of a car key too. I said, oh yeah, go and bring the car key. They gave me the car key, I gave it to them. I said, enter your car. So we now went and they were worried about the video coming out. I said, well, by the way you have conducted yourself, we'll look at it. And one of them said, no, we have to delete. I said, let me explain something to you. I don't know which kind of military guys you are. You should have known that the world has moved on technologically. I said, the whole of me, as you are seeing me, I am reporting you. My body is made up of cameras. And lo and behold, one of my microphones, lavalier, was sticking out of my shirt. They looked at it and like, oh, really? This guy is recording us. I said,
so, if at the end of the day, you don't win this election, what is the future like for our nation? What would you get if you don't win?
Yes.
If you don't win this election,
there's no way we can lose this election except, there's something wrong with Nigeria.
Goodbye. How are you going to do it?
But is everybody willing to sell? That's the question you should ask yourself.
Majority.
How do you know? Where do you get your evidence from?
Not evidence, based on the few elections that we've seen that have been held in the
Even we've had elections and they brought votes in
started with Edo.
It started with Edo, Ekiti and Osun states. But it's a national election where a lot of people are not willing to sell their votes. They want a future that is different.
And I can tell you that people in Edo are not going to sell their votes. People in Ondo are not selling their votes. I can tell you that I've been to a lot of places where people are not interested, in selling their votes. But that is not to say that we will not or should not be vigilant. We will continue to be vigilant. But those assumptions, a lot of assumptions about policies will be smashed during this election.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. All right.
Who can perform miraculously in our country? And he said it. With the wealth we have, if we have access to that wealth, we can create a world-class country.
Yes.
And we must continue the debate. We want to thank you on behalf of the management, staff, and students of this university for coming to share your time with us today. Please give him a big round of applause. Not only interesting, outside the university, you will give students 30 minutes notice and they will turn out. Please give yourself a big thank you, sir. You have received contract by both. And good luck on the election. Yeah. Let's look forward to prayer.
Nigeria youth, Mona wise, Mona get sense. 2019, Mona vote Sowore Omoyele. Take it back. 2019.
Wake up, Nigerian youths. This is your time to take your country back. Vote Omoyele Sowore for president come 2019.
I beg, I take God and beg now. I beg. May we vote for this guy. Sowore. Now young person. He ain't the come out. If we don't vote for him, who want vote for Atiku? We don't first steal before for 8 years. They come back. All these people, their children, they Canada, they UK, they US. They drive the best car. If you go downtown Toronto, you see coming they drive. They live for condos. They burn our money. They lavish our money. For how long we still they vote for them? Then your future go tie down because of we give you 5,000. Wait till they worry our youths.
Sowore Kaichoro, 2019 election now. AAC take it back, Kaichoro. Unu biko, andagadi nwoke. I chok my house. Fresh blood, Kaichoro.
2019 is a year for us to decide where we want Nigeria to be in the next 10 years. Let us stand together and bring in new spirit, a new man, a man that will stand for every citizen. Let us vote AAC, African Action Congress. Please, let's support Omoyele. We are going to take Nigeria back. Nigeria must move forward.
I'm tired of seeing vote. Your previous is your right. Who are we voting for, Biko? Are we voting for this same government? Are we voting for past government? Are we recycling presidents? Who are we voting for? But we have powerful celebrities in this country, yet you guys cannot do nada. So guy, you're always acting like you can't see him or acting as if you can. We're in this Nigeria together. Oh. Trust me, if you don't suffer now, we go still suffer later on the far run. All of you guys is on the fence, acting like you don't know what's up. If you can come together and pick somebody, say this is the person we choose. Why we not go vote for that person? Then they call disturb me with vote. Who are we voting for?
Time has come for us to save our country from the cabals, the vultures that have come to devour us. We are not going to take it anymore. Everybody must rise up and get this done this time around, once and for all.
Nigeria has seen on the first election. Lord Dibo, Murao, Shotibo, Dibo for Omoyele Sowore. Baba ni o lo le se. Dibo fún.
We are giving our solidarity, our votes to Omoyele Sowore. Nigerians, wake up. Do not sell your vote. Atiku has nothing to offer Nigeria. Buhari has nothing to offer Nigeria. You've seen what the country is like today. Please, vote Omoyele Sowore.
I strongly believe that Omoyele Sowore is the most qualified candidate because of his pedigree, his integrity, the way he stands up for what is right and what he's been doing in these past few years. I've been following him for a while now. I can beat my chest to the fact that I believe when he gets into office, things are going to change.
It's time for the youth to take it back. Omoyele Sowore is the right man for Nigeria. Now we will vote for. If you dey back home, you dey abroad, call your brothers and your sister, your father, your mother, make them vote Omoyele Sowore.
Forget about PDP, APC.
I specifically will support Omoyele Sowore because of his background as an investigative journalism and have given lots of Nigerians insights to what's happening that has made us fall.
We need to take it back. We need to walk it. We need to make sure that we do not allow these people continue after 2019. Like Sowore will say, if we make that mistake, we are doomed forever. And young people especially, if we miss it in 2019, then maybe Buhari was right when he says that the young people are lazy. But we need to take it back. We need to prove that young people are not lazy. Come on now. We deserve some accolades. All right?
Military cabal. They're still around. We fought them. Everybody was scared of them. How can you go and dare the military? We were expelled from the university twice. After the military left, then Obasanjo set up his own cabal. In this country, people like Andy Uba, all those guys were part of that cabal. Don't touch them. They were the ones who tried to package third term using money, incentivizing criminality, even outrightly killing where necessary. When that cabal fell apart after third term, then there used to be a Yaradua cabal led by his wife, Ture Yaradua. And she was the one who packaged Yaradua when he was sick to prevent Jonathan from getting into office. Right? And then after that came the Jonathan. Yes, he led the cabal. And when Jonathan was defeated in 2005, came the Buhari cabal led by Abakiari, the former DSS guy who was just removed recently. I'm just giving you identity. It's like social studies 101 politically in Nigeria. But beyond these cabals, there are also religious cabals in the country made up of powerful pastors. There are imams who are within cabals, made up of powerful imams.
They think they could use their churches to
scare people. They use churches to scare people in this country. They tried to do it to me before. Pastors or reverend, they will slap people in the church and tell you that nobody can ask them, touch not my anointed. But the prophet has no right to slap them. Jesus never did that. So then you have the economic cabal in the country. They are made up of bankers, all these stock exchange speculators and manipulators. They have money, right? There's also traditional cabals, made up of powerful traditional rulers who are meant to protect the existing political structures. And then you have the party mafiosos who, you hear sometimes somebody will say that he's Mr. Fix-It. He can put anybody in power. And they are cabals.
Mr. Fix-It. I like that. I like that.
So these are cabals. This is the way the country is operated to suppress the energy of the people so that they will not realize their potential in the world. Because, you see, they've seen Nigerians. Look, let me tell you, if a Nigerian passes by you, even in the US, you will feel the air. You will look back and say, somebody just passed me. Because there's something about being a Nigerian that is substance.
What is that thing?
I don't know what it is,
To me, let me portray it. I would say it's a driving force. It's a driving force because every Nigerian leaving this country is leaving for a reason.
It isn't. So, and when you see that, you see the energy. If you see employers anywhere in the world who are looking for people who are dreaming, they're looking for a Nigerian to hire. Because they know they'll come to work, they'll work extra hours. It is because those energies that they have that have been suppressed in their countries of origin or their country of origin is unleashed the moment they have opportunity to do it. So it is that energy that they are suppressing because they know that if Nigerians do what Nigerians should do within Nigeria and are allowed to do it, this will be one of the best countries in the world. But what they are afraid of is that they don't like the free state of mind of Nigerians are very open-minded people in a lot of ways. Nigerians are like Brazilians. They will live one day at a time. They want to have fun. They want life to be fullest. The Nigerians are not the kind of people who necessarily want to bow to anybody. But the cabal, new Nigerians will be constantly bowing and bowed so that they can, because the cabal derive their legitimacy and happiness when people, when people are suffering, so come and beg for and they know Nigerians. At the moment Nigerians have food, they have opportunities, they won't come back and beg you. They will instead go somewhere else. So that's why you see some economies around the world that, growing on the back of Nigerians, on their expertise, their skill sets, their natural abilities to move things around.
The reason why we have a lot and more than enough. Look at our leaders. Some of them have mansions that they don't even live in. They buy cars, they don't even drive them. Some of them even have private jets. Some of them say they are keeping our property. Very expensive school. Some of them go. Let's go. After a while, you begin to see change in the promise. Are we sure that if you become president, we won't be hearing things like, we met it like that, it is the way it's done, the cabal is responsible, that is how we met it?
First, I want to correct the impression and the use of word if. I want you to change it to when.
Okay, when.
So, no, it won't be like that, because most of the leaders we have had in the past, they don't prepare in reality for office. Otherwise, we would have had some of the best leaders having had experiences as president before. Some of them have done it twice. This is the only country in the world where when you fail, you're allowed to repeat again and you still fail and you still be making noise. But in our own case, we've done our homework, and not only doing the homework, we have publicized what we want to do. We have what we call Spicer Hit. We have documents that are downloadable so that people can interrogate and query it and tell us if these things will not work. Nobody has come back to say that. So we will not have a situation where we're saying, well, if we knew, because no godfather is sponsoring us. And the moment you remove godfathers from the equation of politics in Nigeria, you will have a godson, and they will be doing the will of God. All right?
I mean, that sounds very interesting. That sounds very.
The first question somebody asked me when we got here said, where are your bodyguards? What am I going to do with bodyguards? When my conscience is there to protect. I went to Limassol yesterday. Area boys surrounded the APC people. We told them, look, we cannot continue like this. They cannot continue to use you to intimidate us. Because everywhere you go, it's our people that are used against us. It's young people like us. So why don't the young people in Nigeria withdraw their services from these useless people and face their future?
Now, but the other plans we have in our Spicer Hit program will make it possible for you not only to earn, but also to save enough to go on vacation if you have to. So there's no need trying to die in the Mediterranean Sea as long as you have a job here. Because you can then go to Italy on vacation and come back. You can go to Spain and come back with your minimum wage from us. And we are saying this so that people can understand that we can defend it anywhere. We are the first to provide our manifestos online. And we are the ones who can defend our manifestos. You watch our president the other time, even with the open book exam he did with the VP on NTA, the man didn't get it. Yes, we need the kind of leaders who understand how countries work and how we can make our countries work. What they tell you all the time is that these things are not possible. These monies are not available. That's what we call scare buttons. They are pressing it in you so that they will lower your expectation for progress. But But we are telling you because we believe in possibilities and we know these things are possible in our present circumstance. And we are challenging them to debate that if there's anybody who thinks that these things are not possible, they should come and have the conversation with us. Of course, one of the economists met me on TVC, who is also a presidential candidate, Kingsley Moghalu. And when by the time we're done with that conversation, Kingsley was sweating on the other end. Because he's the one who said that he's an economist. And I asked him, Kingsley, and I'm not in any way, for those of you who are supporting him, I praise his patriotism. I asked him, Kingsley, you already have 1.5 trillion naira for entrepreneurs. What about federal workers? He said they are still thinking about it. I said, you are not prepared if you don't know what you are paying workers 120 days to the election. But they are better prepared than the old guys, I can tell you that. Kingsley is definitely or probably better prepared than Atiku, and definitely more prepared than Google.
Nobody will fire Harry. Fire everybody. So one girlfriend. And you know, at the core my don't the name we will call our media company equal of gender. That is, you know, they look left, right, not get ethnicity. Anybody will do bad. Yes, they fire them. Now we fire the story about the man where they use money to take cut grass, where they just charge now. Now we fire the story about the Ikoyi apartment handler. Now we fire a story about Buhari died when they carry and go jam after the license they for Abuja. Now we fire a story about Buhari this thing. So lie to people. So people now say this is a bit fire. This is a bit fire. One person will say the person will be a Sowore now. They say whether not because this now make I don't like. How na go say Buhari no na Buhari did there. Now that people do the other day for na Buhari with that. Man not Buhari left, not doing right. For real life, yes, for real life. So anytime when you scam, when you come out, somebody when they give flag, we belong to one person to another person, that one have Buhari with that. You understand? Anybody so all this Jubilee matter, people know go bring Buhari passes. Okay, no, we just wonder. So some people like to send me the questions. I say, they confirm, say the man with the one with the campaign around now. Okay, yes. So they say now, make the ask. You say if you be president, you will legalize. You know that one. They say you want to legalize. They say why? Why it go? Because different things doing if you do. All those night workers, you know. The thing that happen with not say we know the open high. Yeah. Early enough, 90. I will start the story from the time we get hygiene, London hygiene. Yes. When we get our own Ogogoro, yes, they come bring London hygiene. They sell. They discover say people waiting for Sapele and for Ondo State. For Ijo, they get their own Ogogoro way better pass London hygiene. You know what they go do? They go do law. The legal. So they drink Ogogoro. Ogogoro, even for Nigerian constitution now, for Nigerian law, Ogogoro they call it illicit gin. The reason we say that because no be Igbo producer, so they say that our own not good. So that the thing will happen to us if we not open eye as per this cannabis business. Cannabis full our land. Tell about say that they legalize. There's no way where they look for Igbo where you don't go find. Even police said they will give you they smoke them everywhere. But the thing where they don't say don't become big business now. Canada don't legalize. US don't legalize everything. But beyond that, it gets medicinal value. When we say you get no bad 30 to 40 medicinal value. As the boat tree day, what they call hemp, everything can do shit. If you pull out another there, it's from passport. Yeah. But when we don't understand that, you know say our leaders, they are not long men, they don't futuristic, and they don't get the understanding of how the world work. We discover say the moment Canada legalized people, they get shot immediately. So the thing I just say, why we not go carry on the export? We need them. People when they shout about Igbo, they legalize festival, they keep passing officially that one is for all the head donors. People when they shout about Igbo, they follow, they drink beer, breweries, they pass Igbo. But when we get medicinal value, that in value we get, instead of maybe they burn over 1.5 billion naira of Igbo every year. Yes.
Maybe how much in dollars? You know, a lot of people don't know that.
That one is almost about almost $500 million. Huge amount of money. Make me not confused. I don't know the exact because sorry, just say they change every time. But a lot of money we make. What if everywhere? What if Nigeria budget? Their budget around that time. And they bought Igbo of 1.5. Maybe if they got 1.5 billion from more from 8 billion. Would be like 5 days ago, our own brand new party known as the African Action Congress. And the reason why we registered our own party is because we couldn't find accommodation of ideas within the existing political parties. In fact, most of the parties in Nigeria today are owned by PDP and APC. They use them for special purposes. So we had to go and register our own party. The party is a party you can join freely for free. And you can set up your own local chapters, reach out to us, and let's change this country. We are here for a revolution to happen, in this country.
But you got to the state government of Edo State and nothing really changed. So now, you've been an activist. I heard you even one time student in Unilag and all.
University of Lagos.
Exactly. So, and I've seen so many activists like that style like that and enter into politics and change.
Yeah.
So now, I'm still yet to be convinced about your plans for Nigeria if you eventually become president. Because I see that you are actually in the forefront. But then, it's still, there is more to it being president. The
question I want to ask is anybody going to church this morning here? Anybody who's going to church? Is there anybody who just came from a church? Very good. Are there good and bad pastors?
Yes.
Has that made you stop going to church?
No.
Exactly. So, just like you have good and bad pastors, there are good and bad activists. I don't want to elaborate too much on the Sowore, but Sowore was never an activist. For those of you who don't know his history, I know the history of all the activists in Nigeria, but the only example I'll give to you is that Sowore, if he was an activist, he would have been arrested during Abacha's time. Even someone as young as me, I was arrested several times under Babangida. You cannot find any record of Sowore being arrested. He was a double agent who promoted himself as an activist after the military left, and because he knew how to talk the rhetoric. But I have for you scars to show. I have evidence, I have pedigree. At the University of Lagos, you can go there. If anybody who's been to the University of Lagos, they will remember what I did in 1992 at the University of Lagos, up to 1994. They will remember what we did during June 12th, right? The second question I have for you is, who was Mandela? Mandela was an activist who spent 27 years in prison. Did he become a good president in South Africa? Probably one of the best. Not only was he a good president, when he felt and knew that he was too old to run, unlike Buhari, he surrendered power. He pulled out so that South Africa could go on and achieve his potential. Right? Who is Obama? Obama is an activist. In fact, he was ridiculed as a community organizer, which means that even my own activism was higher than his own. So, I now come back to you. The leaders of Nigeria that you say have the everything it takes, can you point to me a Nigerian leader that at this time is running for election who you think is better than us, me, or a Mogalu, or even Peladro Toye? You understand? None. No, I'm just giving an example. I don't want to measure myself alone. I'm not the only one running. There are a lot of young people running. What I'm telling you is that you have a set of recycled, useless old men who have nothing to offer you, and you are presented also with the option of young people who have articulated their position. You said you haven't seen what our plans are, but do you know that it was from us that they stole the idea of paying 50,000 to coppers? Yes. Do you know that it was from us that they stole the idea of June 12th as the New Democracy Day? You say you haven't seen the plan. Now, after we discussed that we'll be paying workers 100,000 as minimum wage, they are now negotiating with workers to pay them 66,000. But when we started the conversation around this, people abused us.
Underscore the fact that maybe there's a mullions, because how come they get all?
No, because we don't hide it. No, yeah, I make it public.
Okay.
Oh, no, we make these things public.
Okay, all right.
This is just a few examples. But beyond that, we actually have written out a manifesto that you can find on our website, Sowore2019, which elaborates what we call Spicer Heat. As we are speaking, all other aspirants, apart from the young aspirants, are not even campaigning. They are waiting for how they will distribute 500 naira too.
But whichever is left of that democracy, we can change it around and use it to our advantage. Because whether we like it or not, we have one major law in all of this. And this we're conscious enough for over 51% of voting population in Nigeria today are young people. They are no longer market women, as they used to say, not housewives, not civil servants. Young people, people who address themselves as students and youth. If 22 million people can vote for a candidate, I hope you vote for me, because I'm a fighter. And if you are looking to get out of this mess, you need a strong fighter. Education, agriculture, and tourism. In the place of education, which is important to you, during our time, if you are a student, you'll be entitled to study allowances. So before you shout, and it doesn't matter whether you are in a private university or a public university. The reason is this: any country that is not investing in education should better be investing in prisons. Yes. Do you know that in this country, Nigeria, an average prisoner feeds on 14,000 naira per day? But we cannot afford to give our students 14,000 naira per semester from the federal government. I went to the US, attended the university, Columbia University, one of the best universities. Probably, BIU is now better than Columbia, according to your president. I went to an Ivy school, but before I got my paperwork, as someone who came from Nigeria, before I became legal, I had been given Pell Grants by the federal government. I've been giving loans to the extent that I could pay my rent with the loans. It's the same thing we should do for you, because it's our investment in you that will make it possible for Nigeria to participate in the knowledge economy that is coming. That already actually arrived. You see, there's no country in the world that is relying on oil, because oil is going to become extinct in a matter of years. You know, the biggest resource Nigeria has got is your brain. And I can speak through it. Get you to reinvest back in the country. Okay. So, Mr. President, that's where I hope we can continue. Let us give a politician a lawyer in the army. He even said he represented Nigerian Army in Oputa panel. And Neil Bamidele Aturu, they graduated from University of Benin together. He was like, he was the University of Benin. He knew somebody from who was former university. I think it was Aturu or Bamidele Okweyemi, who was the former dance president. He said, I know him. So I said, so why are you doing this? He said, well, there are a lot of crazy people on the road, we have to teach them lessons. I told him, I said, if you do this in the US, you will never wear uniform. In fact, you will never see sunshine again. Using your uniform to ask somebody, as if I knelt down on the highway. What would I, if a trailer came and ran me over, what would you do? You just enter your car and run away. Why would you be doing that? So sometimes power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. The reason why we went for Spicer is because we thought that Nigeria is too boring, and it needs to be spiced up and properly eaten. Yes. Political parties, AAC, the African Action Congress, election is 11 days, and we are number 3 of the ballot paper. Don't go down looking for APC, they are too far into the ballot paper. Right there and right back. Thank you.
I'm very, very, very delighted to be here in the cold city of Enugu. We have just moved the revolution
that is going to sweep the old cargoes in Nigeria to the southeastern part of Nigeria. Greatest Nigerian students, I see you in the house. This struggle is about your future. This struggle is about your right to education. This struggle is about the pension of our parents. This struggle is about our health. This struggle is about our fundamental human rights to rule a country in a way that will make our country progress and have something for all of us. For 58 years, ladies and gentlemen, greatest Nigerian students, greatest Nigerian people, we have been let down by our leaders. Yes. In fact, it is almost clear now that we can say fundamentally, we can say clearly, we can say unequivocally that we have never had a government in this country. And that era has come, that we must bring about a government of the people of Nigeria. A government for the people of Nigeria. A government by the people of Nigeria. Not a government of nepotistic politicians. Greatest Nigerian people, greatest Nigerian students, we are determined not to unite Nigeria by mouth. We are determined to unite Nigeria by way of progress, by way of projects, by way of possibilities and opportunities for our young people. Greatest Nigerian people, greatest Nigerian people, for too long we have been ruled by and governed by politicians. It is time for us to be governed by revolutionaries. Are you hearing me? Because our problem is a revolutionary problem, and it must be solved in a revolutionary way. Greatest Nigerian people, before I came out here, a journalist asked me that, don't you think that because you are young, you need to go for a small position in Nigeria? I do not feel insulted, but I told her, Nigeria problem is a big problem. And for us to solve it, we must go for the biggest position in the land. Can you hear me? But in doing so, we must get rid of all the old cargoes that are holding the destiny of this country down. Whether they are your local government, in your state government, in your senatorial district, in your national political system, we must purge them out of power starting from next year. And as you have heard, our political party, the African Action Congress, AAC, is the fastest growing digital party on the continent of Africa. We cannot continue to be ruled by analog brains when we are in a digital era. We cannot be ruled by our ancestors when they are supposed to be resting peacefully and protecting us in the world beyond. We want people with fresh ideas. It is time for ideas to become the currency of politics in Nigeria. Not 5,000 naira or naira and kobo. So that we can compete as well globally. We can compete by providing 24 hours electricity for our people. We can compete by providing qualitative, affordable education for our youth. And by this, I mean not just promising it, but that in our time, if you are in a university, you should be able to be getting study allowances of at least 100,000 naira per semester. Nigerian students, it's not that we are doing you a favor when we give you study allowances. It is because to study you actually need allowances. And if people who did not graduate from university or the ones that forged certificates and found themselves in the Senate can be earning 30 million naira, at least you deserve 100,000 naira per semester. It is your right. It's a matter of rights.
And for our parents, greatest Nigerian people who are working every day 9 to 4 p.m. or 8 to 5 p.m. in our various civil service offices, we have promised to pay them 100,000 naira as minimum wage. Yes, they deserve it. They deserve it because South Africa, a country that is smaller in economy than we are, just approved 126,000 naira as minimum wage in their country last week. If they can do it, Nigeria should be able to do it. Greatest Nigerian people, our problem in Nigeria is that instead of servicing the needy, we are paying the greedy. And there's no how much you can give a greedy man, he can never be satisfied. It is like pouring water inside a basket. It's waste of time. But Nigeria must be restored to that part of value where hard work is rewarded, not hustling anymore. Where people are respected for their intellects, not for their ability to assassinate people. Where people are respected because of what they have to offer, not what they have to defer. Greatest Nigerian people, I have come here today to give life to a new nation, Nigeria. We have come here today to create an all-inclusive vision of Nigeria, so that every Nigerian can feel belong in this country. I know, and I'm not going to deceive myself, and we all know that this country is fractured. It has been fractured and destroyed and decimated by people who have failed Nigeria over the years. But the question we must ask ourselves before we set out from here is, shall we continue to reward the people that fail us? Shall we continue to give social and political promotion to people whose career is to destroy your past and who are about to destroy your we must answer when we set out of here today. But before I leave, let me also announce to you and congratulate our governorship aspirant. Candidate, Dr. Shidi Gedet Nwayanwu, who is here with us today. We are also determined to take Enugu from the hands of the competent people here who are always leaving the state in the hands of God. As if God was on the ballot paper when we were doing election. And hand it to people who are capable of running a state. Yes. That is what we are going to do. I have a very interesting history with Enugu. This is a place where they constantly abuse God. When it was the governor that came from Florida, what is his name? The one that built an underpass and handed it over to God. Shimaroke Naman handed over the state to God for 8 years, whereas he was taking care of himself without results to God. And the new person is neither APC nor PDP. We need a candidate that can take this country to the highest level, because one of our cardinal objectives is to use electricity to do wonders in this country. And Enugu is a city where we can get clean coal from to generate electricity. 10% of electricity generated in the United States is generated from coal.
Administration say they are satisfied with how he is fighting corruption. That is, I think, one of their main reasons. They say he has integrity and they are satisfied with. What is your take on it?
No, even the man himself says that he's not satisfied with the way he's fighting corruption. That is why they are doing last-minute fight of corruption. So if you want to talk about who fights corruption in Nigeria, between the person sitting in front of you and the man who is going out very soon, I have done it without any incentive and done it better than any one of them. On NTA, when I was interviewing the candidates, I made mention of the fact that as of 2.5 years ago, this battery about Chief Justice of Nigeria, we had already published that the man has questionable wealth. And they wrote a rejoinder to deny that there's nothing like that they looked at his record, the man is squeaky clean. But when it is now politically convenient and expedient, suddenly they go and brought the file out. So you know that they are not fighting corruption, they are using corruption to fight others.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Now there's this notion that people say you're doing this for popularity and for money, that you're just a rabble rouser.
You know, people are entitled to their opinion. You know, one part of my life over these years is that I've worked very hard to promote freedom of speech. Yeah? And the aspect that is not there is the freedom after speech. And when I become president, everybody will have freedom of speech and freedom after speech. So those who are saying that I'm a rabble rouser will still have their freedom intact.
Okay.
But I'm not. They know that if I was, I would probably not be sitting in front of you. Seriously.
Everybody.
Well, Nigerians should vote for me because I have pedigree. I have seen and known Nigeria, worked for Nigeria, been with Nigeria almost my entire adult life, doing what is right by Nigeria, starting from when I was in university till this moment. When we were in the university, Nigeria's challenge was military rule, and then there was an economic policy known as the Structural Adjustment Program that was impoverizing people. We fought to end military rule, bring about democracy, that we're enjoying today. And when I finished from the university, I went abroad and started a media platform that was doing the same thing, fighting on the fighting on the side of right, and also ensuring that people otherwise have no voice, giving the voice that they deserve in our society. And I've fought pretty much every battle that's confronted this country in my adult life, starting, like I said, from military, fighting corruption, fighting political manipulation, fighting for children, women, fighting environmental fights, all kinds. And I've done better than all of these characters who have ruled this country in these last 20 years in particular, since 1999. To the extent that I feel like I'm even coming too late to the game, because we should have started this a long time ago. I've been on the political side, on the Pakistan side. I've also, of course, been doing this forever.
Now, a lot of persons believe that you are trying to change the cause a paradigm shift as far as political space is concerned. Now, a lot of the belief that you were among those persons that enthroned this current regime. Because in 2015, they believe that you did a lot of propaganda online with your platform, Sowore Reporter, and that's the reason why the government of President Goodluck Jonathan crumbled. So why do you now want to?
Well, do you want to finish up?
No, you can continue.
There is no government in Nigeria that I've not fought against.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only problem is that history is no longer taught in our schools. So people didn't know that I fought Babangida. They didn't know that I fought Abacha. Okay. They didn't know that I fought Obasanjo. I fought Yar'Adua. So let's start from Yar'Adua. What was the biggest problem Nigeria was facing under Yar'Adua? Yar'Adua was sick. Jonathan was his vice president, the minority. They formed a cabal led by Yar'Adua's wife that prevented Jonathan from coming to office. Who fought the fight? Of course, Sowore reporter Sowore fought the fight, and Jonathan became president. Do you know who is the biggest enemy of Jonathan? Jonathan himself. He was the one who created the conditions that allowed Buhari to come to power. Not Sowore reporter. I never did propaganda for Buhari. I reported exactly what was wrong with the Jonathan regime with evidence. The corruption that was going on, his ineffectiveness, his ineptitude, his incompetence, everything that I reported about that regime has become public today. So, even if it was a goat in 2015, they would have won the election against.
Now, let me come here.
So, but I want to correct the impression, because some people say, oh, you campaign for Buhari. I asked them, present me with the evidence. They can't.
Now, a lot of persons believe that the rate at which you were against the Goodluck administration,
yes,
that if you decide to put that same momentum for this administration, Buhari, that they believe that Buhari doesn't have any right at all to want to contest for the office of the presidency. That it look as if you are more support side or pro-Buhari?
No, I wasn't. Okay. The people who are Buhari's followers, they don't share this opinion. Okay. Because you can see them online how they attack me on a daily basis. Most of them usually are people who would be chill towards me. Because we have attacked the Buhari's regime with the same ferocity we attacked Jonathan. Probably people are not paying attention because you have different kind of biases. So who was the first person to expose the corruption in Buhari? Starting from when Buhari went and started hiring people at Central Bank to backdoor Sahara reporters, right? Who was part of people that exposed the secretary to the government? Sahara reporters. Who exposed that Buhari was sick and was going to be in London for 4 months and was exposing how he was packing the jet for $5,000 euros per night? Sahara reporters. Who exposed the fight between him and his wife, in which the wife came out and said that the cabal is holding him? Sahara reporters. Who exposed the cabal when they went and collected money from MTN? You understand? It was Sahara reporters. So every crime committed by the regime was exposed. Who exposed the chief of army staff when he owned houses in Dubai? Sahara reporters. I can keep counting here that we have attacked them with the same ferocity as we attacked Jonathan. But probably people are not paying attention. And if I was so pro-Buhari, would I be out now saying that I want to replace Buhari? Not the problem. Problem we will get, they will vote for people when they who they say generators? No, people do the one. If we start from here, we're not going to stop this Macau. Okay. I mean, we're not going to miss that. So, but the thing is still from Nigeria. And anything makes them. So now they don't even want life. Let's say. So to stop life problem, put our money there. Transmit. And so like how long it will take you? 2.5 years. Before you consider their lives, both the poor and the rich. You know, we don't calculate and reach full level having the amount of money we have. An average household in Nigeria, maybe 6,000 naira, get life. Only if you get prepaid meter, because prepaid meter and another thing they take killer, they hide them. So we will make sure everybody get prepaid meter. And what you stop, now you go pay.
You don't want to join, and you don't want to pollute your ideology by joining the coalition or a third force. What is your ideology?
Ideology is very welfareistic. That is, and for the welfare, total welfare of the Nigerian people. Because for 58 years, they borrow ideology from other people. There was a time we were trying to mix socialism with communism. Then we went in the direction of capitalism. But we never practice any of those things because we don't have people who can operate in the interest of our people.
Okay.
So to now go and join coalition when I already have a coalition of the oppressed in our political party, the coalition of the unemployed, coalition of the abandoned, the coalition of people who have been cheated. There's no need searching for other coalition of people who may not share the core beliefs of our own political party and movement. That was what made me say that.
Okay, we'll leave it for you like that.
Yes.
We'll leave it for you like that. Coincidentally, the 16th of February, which is the election date, is also your birthday.
That's right.
So, are we celebrating at the polling booth, or are we going to celebrate somewhere else? Where's the party at?
Is that this time around the celebration will be different. Okay. I'll be taking gifts in form of electoral votes across the country.
That makes sense.
Yes. You don't have to go to the store. You just have to bring your PVC. That's all.
So whatever goodwill that you have, that they have for you,
yes,
let it be in the form of vote.
They should come with the goods and also the will. I tell you, the power of these handheld devices is probably the most important fundamental human right that we must protect now. Because this is what we're also going to use to reveal how they rig the election if they do it next year, or how they are going to see and buy any of the strategies they are going to adopt. So, get the phone.
So, they don't send another question. Because
president now, how you want to tackle all these senators then? All these senators, they only give head.
Just say, as I say here, all the senators are tackle them even without being president. Most are reporters, one of them were never tackled. As a private citizen, go ask any senator. In fact, some of them they do me for court right now. That are killed, not tackled, and they tackle all of them combined together, even as a private citizen. So you can't imagine what I go do by the president of the federal republic. You know, we say I'm a dictator, but the thing where they're supposed to as the executive branch, you want to do one. Okay.
Sure. We'll be talking about how the president and the vice president fared at the town hall meeting, and would you say the president and vice president were able to address key issues? Okay.
The question is, did they even understand what the key issues are? Did they have a grasp? Does the president, the man you saw on TV on NTA, does it look to you like someone who understands that a bag of rice is selling for 18,000? These people are totally lost. They've lost touch with the feelings of the Nigerian people. You saw it. I mean, you saw the president of Nigeria could not answer questions that a primary 2-3 student would answer. You saw the president of Africa's largest economy used to be on TV behaving like I don't know. It was an embarrassment to any sane Nigerian citizen. The president, I mean, this is no longer PDP talking. This is the whole world has seen it. Everyone saw it. The interviewer, Kadara, had to ask the vice president to allow the man to talk. So the question now is, there is a need to take President Buhari for medical examination. We need to know who is handling the affairs of our country.
Medical, but he doesn't seem sick.
It doesn't seem what? I mean, all the questions they asked him, how many did he answer? Yesterday in Asaba, do you know what he said? He was handing over the presidential flag, the flag of APC, to the presidential candidate. I mean, how can you, the president, be handing over the flag to another presidential candidate? There is a problem. We can pretend all we want. We can say, his old age or whatever. We can pretend. The truth of the matter is, there is a problem. Why are they shielding this president? Let me give you an example that everyone can relate to. Do you know that since President Muhammadu Buhari came on board, the only time he ever engaged Nigerians through a presidential media chat was 30th of December 2015. That is 4 years ago. Why? Why are they shielding him from the Nigerian people? Let me tell you the truth. And I've said this a couple of times, even here. Bring President Muhammadu Buhari today to come and engage Nigerian people, everybody will start crying. We will realize the mistake that we made handing over this country to this man in 2015.
But just before Kadaria, Arise TV had him.
And what was the outcome?
About 2 appearances.
And what was the outcome? All right, let me tell you what is happening. See, let's not play down on this. There is a problem. We have a president who does not have a grasp of what is going on, and it's affecting you and I. Let's not play politics with this. The Arise TV interview, it was pre-recorded with their camera in the villa. If it is a lie, let the president come on Italian TV Sunrise Daily. Let the president come here. Let Nigerians interact with him. The wife of the president came out and told us that 2 people are controlling the president. Why are we coming here to come and make it look like he's not doing us a favor by being in the villa? No. He's not helping us by being in the villa. He's not doing me a favor. He holds me answers. And I am beginning to doubt that the president understands that he's even the president of Nigeria.
The president is not listening to anybody. He doesn't care. He can write anything he wants to write. The president doesn't care. Does he read? He will read, he will laugh. He say, come and see, they are abusing me here. In fact, there was one case of somebody in Onitsha, a trader, who couldn't sell his goats during Salah. And I was with a guy in the plane. And the man was busy abusing Buhari because of Buhari, nobody buying his. He said, come, I mean, what's my business with Onitsha goat seller?
The
candidates, a presidential town
You are
hall
welcome back.
brought to you by Daria Media and the Nigerian Television Authority with the
So
support
let's listen
of
to
the MacArthur Foundation.
the responses from the president and the vice president concerning three major questions that the people asked them. One about Armajiri, the second one about livestock, and the last one about disability bills. So let's listen to their responses towards those questions.
Mr. Vice President, before the break, we took a few questions from members of the audience. There was a question about what your plans are for the Almajiris in the north. There was a question about the livestock plan. And finally, there was a question about the disability bill, because there are about 25 million people thought to live with some form of disability in Nigeria. And people are interested in knowing what this government is going to do about improving their situation. Yes, sir. So maybe we'll start with the Almajiri with Mr. President.
Yes, mind you, the president went to Almajiri school.
I think
so they asked him earlier,
we have to look at
what is his plan
3 tiers of government responsibilities.
To Almajiri,
the federal, the state, and the local governments, and the allocation of resources, revenue allocation formula, and so on, relative to the resources available to the country, what is spent to the 3-tier government system. So the question of Almajiri's case, this lack of virtually primary, the basic education, are all local government programs. Even if the center has extra money, they wouldn't take it and build classrooms, equip them, employ qualified teachers from the federal revenue, while it is the duty of the local governments. If the local governments are not being
you employ teachers
by the
from federal government revenue to teach the Almajiri. Mind you, Nigerian has 3 tiers of government: the federal government, the state, and the local government. He's talking about if the federal cannot do it, the state should do it, then the local government.
Regarding that, part of the frustrations that some people have with the way Nigeria is structured is that we seem to have sometimes confusion. So technically, we'd sort of say something like primary education resides with local government, but then you have agencies like the Universal Basic Education Agency, which is a federal agency and which has some role to play in primary education. And part of this confusion is why people will say, for example, we need to restructure and move some things from exclusive lists, from concurrent lists to
was bringing about restructuring again. That many things are being centered at the federal government.
Well, my thought is that firstly, there must be a lot of education. And this I recommend should be led by the press to expose what the relationship, how effective the governments are dispensing to local governments. Monies, from
we all know that the local governments are puppets.
Is not done.
They are just like dog to the state governors.
Very difficult for the federal government under
so
this dispensation.
The local governments are not doing anything. So they don't have anything. They don't have says over what the president is talking about. It means that the president does not know what is going on at the local government. The local governments, they are just there like a figurehead, doing nothing. Even the state governments are stealing their money, taking everything that is responsible to them, to their own ministry.
The rest will be taken by the governor.
So the legal government doesn't have say in what is going on.
So I am expecting.
I don't know why some Nigerians are clapping for this type of answer that the president is giving.
And local government chairman.
The local government cannot shout. They cannot do anything. They can't do anything. Even they shout, nothing is going on. We know what has been going on since 1999 till date. Until we restructure that country, Nigeria will continue in a mess.
I think what has happened so far anyway with the UBEC, I think there are agencies of government, federal agencies, that in some senses support they support local government and states. But the bulk, clearly, primary education, as Mr. President has said, lies squarely in the hands of local governments and all of that. But I think with UBEC, what happened with UBEC is that UBEC has an arrangement where they say if the state, if there's 20 million for a state, they'll say, well, the state should bring its own counterpart fund of a certain amount of money, 20%.